If you're receiving additional unemployment pandemic benefits, well, there's only a month left. I'm KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy, live with the resources available to Minnesotans to help them find a career path.
And on KIMT News 3's George Mallet, still to come, perhaps it was inevitable as the Delta variant spreads like wildfire. A mask mandate going into effect here in the Med City. Aaron.
Thanks, George. I'm tracking some rain showers moving out of the area, but we got more rain moving in for the weekend. A full check of that weekend forecast is coming up.
KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 5.
Thanks for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 5. I'm Amy Fleming. The Med City announced 2 hours ago that starting tomorrow, masks will be required in all city-operated buildings regardless of vaccination status. Olmsted County is classified as a county with substantial community transmission of COVID-19. The masks mandate will stay in place for the time being. There is no update on when the mandate can end, but keep watching KIMT News 3 as we keep you updated on all things in Rochester. Community members who received extra pandemic unemployment benefits have a month to attend a number of webinars aimed at helping Minnesotans find a new career path. The push is being made a month before pandemic emergency unemployment compensation ends next month. KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy joins us live with how people can prepare. Jessica?
Amy, the additional $300 a week through PEUC on top of regular unemployment benefits ends on September 4th. So to help Minnesotans prepare for the transition, DEED is hosting 3 webinars throughout the month of August. If you're interested, you can learn how to join Career Force and find a job or new career path at no cost. Commissioner Steve Grove says since the beginning of the pandemic, staff have called more than 60,000 Minnesotans who've been receiving unemployment benefits and have shared the Career Force resources to help in job searches.
This isn't the beginning of an effort for DEED. We've been doing a Good Jobs Now campaign this entire year, really trying to connect Minnesotans to those benefits. And it's important because if our economy is going to recover and rebuild and bounce back coming out of this pandemic, we need people in our workforce.
Grove tells me it's essential to connect community members with family-sustaining jobs and employers with workers they need to grow their business. It may also present career-changing opportunities for employees. Live in Rochester, Jessica Bringy, KIMT News 3.
You gotta love the Tom Jones music in the background at Thursdays Downtown. Thanks, Jessica. Now, if you're interested in attending any of the webinars, you can find more information at KIMT.com. George?
Well, Amy, effective tomorrow, the city of Rochester will require facial coverings in city-operated facilities regardless of vaccination status. KIMT News 3's Alex Dieterer has more on what this means for Rochester's weekly event. We just heard some of it, Thursdays Downtown.
As the Delta variant of the coronavirus continues to spread rapidly, some of Rochester's Thursdays Downtown booth attendants find themselves asking
if these will be making a more permanent comeback to Rochester's Thursdays Downtown.
My personal thought is that it will, but hopefully we'll get through the end of the season before it happens. I hope so.
Olmsted County is classified as having substantial community transmission of COVID-19. Because the county has reached this threshold, the CDC, Minnesota Department of Health, and Olmsted County Public Health have recommended that face coverings be worn in indoor public settings by all individuals. Although this is nothing new.
I had to wear them last year at some markets. I didn't personally like it because it's just hard to communicate with people, talking and asking questions.
As for Rochester's Thursdays Downtown, marketing manager Nicholas Molina says CDC guidelines will continue to be followed.
So until we kind of hear more about that, we're just going to be keeping track and playing it as it is and keeping cautious. We have sanitizing stations located all over the place, specifically our tent.
For now, Thursdays Downtown continues with vendors, live music, and even ongoing construction. In Rochester, Alex Dieterer, KIMT News 3.
Minnesota is in fact getting closer to the high risk line that could see major changes in mask mandates all across the state. In fact, let's take a look at the numbers. More counties in Minnesota moving into the high or substantial risk categories set by the CDC as COVID-19 continues to spread. The Minnesota Department of Health now reporting 878 more cases, 5 more deaths just in the last 24 hours. That brings the total case count to almost 617,000 and the death toll to nearly 8,000. MDH says the positivity rate now stands at 4.2%, which is ever closer to that high risk line of 5%. If the state passes that line, it would be the first time since late May.
Turning to weather, where we dodged some raindrops today. A little bit cloudy, but it's turning out to be a nice evening. Let's check in with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. Aaron, what are you tracking?
Hey, maybe, yeah, we did definitely see a little bit of rain out there, but I'm tracking those rain showers now clearing out of here, but eventually we're going to see some more rain building in as we head into the weekend. Now, the other story has been the drought conditions. This is actually a look back about 2 weeks ago. We had moderate to even severe drought conditions across the area, and it actually has gotten a bit worse for some parts of Iowa and Minnesota. Notice some of that red showing up there around Charles City. So we are seeing more extreme drought conditions, not just here locally, but also across parts of northern Minnesota into the Dakotas. While there has been a bit of improvement into Wisconsin and far southeastern Minnesota, thanks in part to some of that rain, that storm activity we saw last week. Now today, just some light rain showers, not really amounting to that much, mostly just below 1/4 inch. But we are tracking the chance for a few more storms coming in for tonight and tomorrow. But keeping a close tab on the forecast going into Saturday, as there is a risk of severe weather. Going to be tracking multiple rounds of showers and storms. A full check of your weekend forecast is coming up here in about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Aaron. With the return of Thursday's downtown this summer, the heart of the city continues to undergo some big changes. Parts of the Heart of the City project will open this summer as soon as they are completed. The first phase of the project is a renovation of Peace Plaza and its adjoining areas. The renovations will include enhanced safety measures and greater accessibility for people of all abilities.
A juvenile male is dead after an ATV accident happened yesterday. Life-saving efforts were unsuccessful and the boy was pronounced dead at the scene, according to the sheriff's office. Deputies from the Mower County Sheriff's Office were called to the 33,000 block of 550th Avenue just after 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Deputies say they arrived to others performing CPR on the 11-year-old boy who was pinned under an ATV in a waterway for an undetermined time. The Minnesota State Patrol, Brownsdale Police, Blooming Prairie Fire and Ambulance, and Mayo One Air Ambulance all reported to the scene.
Still to come, Kirk Cousins back from the COVID-19 reserve list. We hope he memorized the playbook as the season approaches in a little under a month. Plus, Governor Andrew Cuomo is on a deadline when state lawmakers say they need additional evidence from the governor as their impeachment investigation nears completion. And later in the program, immigration detainee numbers are increasing under President Joe Biden, where his numbers rank compared to former President Donald Trump at this time last year.
KIMT News 3 at 5. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Amy Fleming and George Mallet. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening now from your community. We are coverage you can count on.